Hi Stampers, DonnaG here again. I thought I'd do a tutorial today on this nice little pyramid gift box for Christmas. You can make these in a smaller size. I just thought the bigger size was quite good because you can actually open it up and fit some decent sized treats inside. Okay, so for this you're going to actually have to need a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. So I'm going to actually use the real red cardstock today. Now the stamp sets that we will be using today is out of the Christmas Pines set out of our holiday catalogue. I'm going to use the Tidings of Comfort and Joy, and I'm also going to use the stamp that says, "May the simple joys of the season be yours." And I'm also going to use a tree stamp out of the Santa's Sleigh set. These actually come in bundles, which I've bought in bundles, which you save 10% when you buy the bundles. It's in our holiday catalogue. This is our holiday catalogue that runs from the 1st of September through to the 3rd of January 2017. This is the Christmas Pines bundle and Pretty Pines Thinlet bundle, so you get a lot of these stamps, which is absolutely beautiful. Also you get these really nice Thinlet dies that have prongs and things. I'm not actually going to use that today, but you'll see some more projects in the near future that I'm going to do some videos on as well. So that's one of them. The other is this one here, which is the Santa's Sleigh stamp set and Thinlets, which is on page 24 of our our holiday catalogue. Get these beautiful Thinlets plus a lot of these stamps. I'm actually going to use the tree stamp today in this one for the project that we're using. So for that we will need these two stamp sets, a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock. You will need your VersaMark, and I'm going to actually use our heat and stick powder today and our Stampin glitter, our gold Stampin glitter. Also going to use some silver embossing as well, and we're going to use the 1/8 of an inch gold ribbon as well. And you'll need a heat tool and paper snips, and that's about it. Okay, so let's get started. Put all those out of the way. Now, still pop that maybe in the corner that we can see. Yep. Okay, so with our 12 and 12, and you'll need your Simply scoring tool as well. Okay, so with this we're going to score, which it's pretty easy. It's quite basic, this, and very quick to make, so a very quick project for some nice little gift boxes. So with this we're going to score at 4 inches and at 8 inches, and we're going to make a notch at 6 inches. I'm going to turn it around. We're going to score at 4 inches, 8 inches, and make a notch at 6. Turn it around, we'll make just a notch at 6, and another notch at 6. Okay, so we've scored at 4 and 8, turn it around, scored at 4 inches and 8 inches again, and in the middle square, in the middle box, we've done a little notch at 6 inches and at 6 inches all the way around to all of those 4 middle squares. Okay, now that's all we need for our scoring tool at the moment. Now we're actually going to need a ruler, and we've got to score some diagonal lines. Sorry about that, didn't have my ruler out. Okay, so from that 6-inch mark that we made, coming down to our corner of our box, so we're going to score from that edge down to the corner of the box on a diagonal, like that, and same thing back down to the other corner. Okay, This is what forms our triangle, our pyramid, the triangle for the pyramid. Okay, so we're going to score from that 6-inch notch that we did down to that corner, and from that 6-inch again down to that corner. Okay, next 6-inch mark down to the corner. So we're doing that for all the 4 squares in the middle. Down to that one. 6-inch mark again. Down to that corner. 6-inch mark. Down to that corner. Okay. Now, these squares, we're actually not, these outside squares, we're actually not going to use them at all, but please save them because they will make they're a good amount of cardstock to be saved for another project. And I'm using my lovely Stampin' Up snipping tools, best scissors I've ever bought in my life. Getting into nice little tight spaces, the tips are wonderful for that. Okay, so we're going to cut out all 4 of those squares. That's 1. And with these Stampin' Up snipping scissors, you can actually snip right to the end and you don't get a tear in your cardstock because the points on them are so fine that they don't tear your cardstock when you crunch right through to the ends. Okay, so we're removing all these outside 4 squares. Okay, so you should end up with a shape like so. Okay, now we're going to burnish our folds all the way around. So we're going to turn it over and with your bone folder burnish those folds nice and straight. And with the diagonals, that way, round on all 4 of those sides. Okay, so you should end up with a shape like that. We've done all our folds. Okay, now we're going to flatten that back out again, and now we're actually going to do our embossing. Now for this embossing, we're going to need our Embossing Buddy. And I like to use the Embossing Buddy on all of those areas where we're actually going to emboss, just to make sure that there's no oil left from our fingertips or anything left on the cardstock. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my VersaMark and I'm going to, on opposite sides, I'm actually going to stamp this tree from the Santa's Sleigh set. So we're going to ink it up with the VersaMark. It is a bigger stamp. It's bigger than the ink pad, so I like to turn them over and ink them up to make sure I've got it inked up really well. Now, just going to line that up. This tree just fits in this triangle. Okay, stamp down, lift up. Don't know whether you can see that on camera, but you've got a nice image there. Okay, so we're going to ink that up again. We're going to turn this around. We're going to ink that up again and stamp the opposite panel. And just remember, when we do this pyramid, these squares, that's the bottom of our triangle shape. So that's, you've got to make sure you're stamping your images the right way up, so that when we assemble it together, they go the right way. Okay, now on this, I'm actually going to use our heat and stick powder. And what actually happens with this, it's very much like embossing. We pop it on and heat it up with our with our heat tool, and it forms like a sticky image that we can then put our glitter on, and it will stick to our glitter. Okay, so dust that off. As you see, very similar, just to same as heat embossing. Same process. Okay, pop that on. Shake it off. Put the excess back into the container. Okay, pop the lid on. Sorry about the noise for the heat tool. Now we're going to heat that up. You'll see it goes, just if you can imagine using clear embossing powder, that's what happens. It goes clear, but then that creates the stickiness for the glitter, Stampin' Up! Glitter to stick to. And do the other one. Okay, so as you can see, it goes nice and clear. Now we sprinkle our glitter on. And don't panic when you see a lot of glitter that's around your tree. That actually doesn't stick. When we do the heat gun, it actually just sticks your glitter to our heat and stick powder, and then that excess just you can tap off. Okay. Oh, this glitter seems to be getting bigger and bigger every time I use it. It seems to not want to fit back into the jar. Okay. Sorry, just get rid of that glitter everywhere. Okay, so heat gun again. We're just going to heat that image again. You can't see a dramatic change when you do this. It just heats it up to stick it to your image again, to that heat and stick powder that we've already heated. As you know, in years gone by, you glitter something up with a bit of glue, and every time you tend to touch it, the glitter comes off. This stops that from happening. It makes your glitter actually stick to your image and stay there, which is wonderful. Okay, now, as you can see, you can brush that glitter off, but your glittery image stays there, which is wonderful. Okay? Alright, so on our next two, I'm actually going to, I'll do that Embossing Buddy again. I'm actually going to just stamp some sayings, but I'm actually going to do them in silver, just for something a bit different with our VersaMark again. Okay, this is the one that it says, "May the simple joys of the season be yours," which is a lovely saying. Stamp it in the middle of that. Okay, and this one, it's tidings of comfort and joy. Ink it up with the VersaMark. Turn our pyramid box around. Line it up. And stamp down. Up. Okay, a bit of scratch paper again. And silver embossing powder. That's great. This one. Okay. Put that back into the container. Okay, bring in the heat gun again. And as you see, it turning beautiful and shiny. Now make sure when you do your heat embossing that you do it until it goes nice and smooth. As you'll see, watch when I do this one, you'll see when it first starts to turn, it goes a little bit bubbly. And then it tends to smooth out. When it smooths out, that's when you've done it properly. Okay. So that's all of our stamping done. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to cut down beside our triangles. Okay, about 1/4 inch left over. Okay, now do this on the 3 sides that you want to tuck in, and I also wedge them in. The 3 sides that you want to tuck in. But the front, which I'm going to have tidings of comfort and joy, is going to be the front of mine. You actually do them a little bit wider because that's the bit that actually folds in and you can open up. Okay, so 1/4 inch on all the ones around. And notching on the ends so we get a nice corner at the top. Same with this one, 1/4 inch. Notching on top. Okay, now this one, because it's the one that we're actually going to use as our opening and closing part, we're actually going to do that a little bit wider. Okay, so probably about 1/2 inch or so. And just a little notch. Because we need that to be able to fold in for us. Sorry, I was probably out of the camera then. And just a little notch. Okay, grab that all out of the way. Okay, so that's what we're left with. Now as you can see, it all folds up nicely to be our box. So that's our opening part. So what we're going to do is we're going to run some fast fuse along here. Sorry, I just didn't have mine out. Okay, so a little bit of fast fuse, and we're going to run it along the edge, and remember you swipe sideways, along the edge, and swipe sideways. Okay, now that's our first one that we're going to put together. So what you do is you have your 2 folded bits, line them up, and straight along there together. Okay, same with this side, line it up and along there. Okay, now these ones I actually like just to stick back, so I'm going to add, I probably should have done that before I folded it up, but I'm just going to add a little tiny bit of fast fuse down that. And I'm going to stick that back. So goes back that way. It's going to help this when it wants to fold in nicely. Okay, same with this one. A little bit of fast fuse on the edge there. Okay, and stick it back. You can actually cut them off if you like. I actually find that it folds up nicer if you actually have them stuck back. Okay, now what you need is a little hole punch, which, just bear with me, I'll go and grab my hole punch. Sorry about that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to punch 2 holes in our back portion. There. And there. Okay. And we're also going to punch 2 holes in the front section as well. There. And there. Okay. Now, we're going to feed our ribbon through these holes. So, end of my ribbon. Okay, so through the back, like so. And then we're going to come through the front, like that. Trim that off. Through the front. Okay, and then you fold your box in, just like so, and then we tie that up. Okay, now I've actually done some little tags. I'll just grab them, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, sorry about that, I found my tag. Okay, thread my little tag through. Tie a little knot again. There. And now a nice little bow. Okay, cut the ends off, and there you have it. Okay, so 2 of my nice little treat boxes. Sorry, I'll get that all out of the way. Very quick and easy little project to make and to pop some nice little treats in, which is great. Okay, now if you'd like anything that I've used in this video, you'd like to purchase any products that I've used in this video, I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia. Please feel free to jump online on my online store. I have the link below in the Show More drop down box below this video. If you'd like to jump online and order any of these products, they're available. My shop is open 24/7. I'd be happy to do business with you, and please feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, and give me the thumbs up for my videos. It helps get the videos out there for everybody to see. Sorry I haven't done a video for a while. I have been a little bit hectic in my personal life. But there will be more videos to come. Thank you. Happy crafting.